Hey lads, it's day 7 of my series to get to 2000 on Lichess. We're only using the Chessnut Pro on this series, and if you do want to get a Chessnut Pro board or any Chessnut board, link is in the description of the video. Alright, let's jump into the game. Alright, here we go. We are into a game here, and my opponent has played a very, I didn't see it was the knight that moved. I was about to say that is a very odd move to play on move 1, but he actually moved the knight out. My opponent is a 1615 Marco 1848, and it's a wee bit unfortunate that I can't see where he's from. But we are playing a Jobava London this game, and what is going to happen? He's played perfectly so far. This is the very typical response. Okay, he's closed off his bishop, and we will close our bishop on the outside of the pawn chain. I'm just going to turn the audio down a wee bit. It's a little loud. And he's brought his bishop out. And here I'm going to develop my knight. And if he takes my bishop, we will have the pawns looking at this beautiful square, which I'm very happy with this position. He's castled. Very exciting stuff. I'm going to put my bishop out here. And if he strikes with c5, we will take. But my goal now is to get my king castled and go for a big attack on his king, because I know where his king is. His king's staying there. So this is definitely a big target. He's brought his other knight out. Okay. Let's put our knight into the center. And if he wants to capture, I will take with the f-pawn. Totally fine with me. I'm going to castle. No, I'm not. I'm going to maneuver my other knight around. And my other knight can come here to g3. He's actually quite nice on g3. Okay, so he is pushing. So we're going to make a little escape square for our bishop. And he is taken. I'm going to capture with knight. We're going to have this nice battery onto h7 here. He doesn't want to trade knights. He's just trying to take my bishop. Very logical move. I would pull it all the way back, but I don't think that's okay yet. So we're just going to pull one step back. Maybe queen comes f3, h3, and we target h7, and the knight jumps here to get rid of this one. This doesn't bother me either. I'm actually going to put my queen right here on f3, like we said. And right now I'm threatening to take, and maybe take. So we have to figure out how to deal with the knight on f6. So maybe knight eg4. Whoa, that's a weird move. Just a waste of time, I think. I think I'm going to go here. And I'm going to push f3, kick his knight away, and then I'm going to put my knight on g4. Am I worried? No, I'm not, because So I was thinking if I go here and then he pushes the pawn, I can't take because he takes my queen, but actually I can take. So this knight is going to probably jump back to here. He didn't. And now he can't jump back. And I'm targeting h7. So instead he jumps in, which I think is fine. Just don't know where he's going to go now. He's going to have to play h6 to defend his knight. And I'm wondering, can I go queen h5? That might tempt him to play g6, which is a bad move. Because then his knight doesn't have anywhere else to go. I'm going to try it. And we'll put our queen on h6. If he does go g6. I think he has to play h6 here. Maybe he sees that. Yeah, that's not correct. And now I'm going to play h4. And where is his knight going? He has to move the f pawn. He didn't. His knight has no squares. So he just captures the pawn, and I'm actually going to capture with the knight, because then I can come here and threaten checkmate on h7. He's very slow. I don't think he can stop it. He has to. What is he going to do? Does moving the rook even help? Okay. I think I need to take on passant. Or do we just push h5? On passant, he takes with rook. He has to take with rook. If he takes with queen, it's mate. He takes with rook. Don't like it as much. So I'm actually going to go here. I'm going to castle. Because you always tell me, Owen, why don't you castle? And we have so much time here. We've got 14 minutes. So now I want to sack a pawn, which I'm going to do. Ugh. We have to take, but we actually win his rook. And this pawn. I'm going to just take the pawn. I'm not going to take his rook yet. He didn't go for it. Should I take his rook? I could just take the pawn with my bishop. Then he moves his rook. No, I'll just take it. It's the simplest way to get a win here. Oh, sorry. Well, that's one way to pre-move on a Chessnut Pro. I had no idea about that. You can actually pre-move. If I just make his move for him, then I can pre-move. That is crazy. Okay, so if he moves his bishop, he defends. Because right now, rook g8 is mate. Okay, so he did move his bishop. So he defended the mate. Check, take, and you could take this one. I'm not super excited about that. So let's just move this guy. Check, take, check. Okay, let's just go here. Force his rook to move. And defend with a pawn. And now he's in big trouble. It's probably a forced mate. Okay. Did this not register? There you go. I don't know why I haven't taken this yet. If his king moves up, we just push it back. And now this is checkmate. Good game. That was a nice one. Yeah, we're now up to 1630 on Lichess. Very exciting. Let's see how we did in the review. So right now I'm pretty happy with what I'm looking at. A 95% accuracy, 1 mistake, 2 inaccuracies. So if we just flick through the game real quick, we can see where we went wrong, where we went right. I'll turn the arrow on to just show the best move. And so sometimes you'll see I won't make the best move. I don't like this move. Why don't I like this move? It targets this pawn, but he can just defend and then kick us. So I don't like doing this. I just feel like after the kick, we have to come back. So I'm not a big fan of it. So instead I go for this move, which everybody says is good. This knight move just, it's very stagnant and boring. Okay. So we have a bit of an advantage now. Now it's equal. We found the knight back. We played the pawn up. We took with the knight. He jumped in. We pulled back. And here was his first inaccuracy. We could have kicked him, but we moved our queen in, which was fine. And here, moving the queen over was a good move. And now we kick. We have a decisive advantage now. He took the wrong one. And here was our first inaccuracy, queen h5. And I did this move because I wanted to just hit the knight, but mostly just force this pawn up. And I felt like forcing this pawn up, we could come in here with the queen. But apparently coming here was slightly better. They defend the knight again. We come here, and they have a hole to jump away in. And we just slow push this one, which is something we could have gone for, but we didn't. We went for this. Second inaccuracy here, but we still have an advantage. And the queen up was a mistake because we're able to hit this guy. So instead of queen up, he should have broke through here. And after take with the queen defends the knight, and the knight has a square to jump back to. So the knight doesn't have a square here, so we're able to control everything. I'm waiting to find what my mistake was. Did we have a big mistake? We did have one. It's a little bit later here. All of this was pretty good. I didn't take the rook, which was wrong. And then finally I do take it. All this is very good. And here I went e7 instead of taking the bishop. Yeah, that was the mistake. So taking the bishop is a mate in 7. This is a mate in 8. So the game's already won, so not a big deal. But we played with a 95% accuracy. Happy days. That was a very good game of chess, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. Lads, if you do want to get a Chessnut Pro, use the link in the description of the video. It'll give you the biggest discount you can get. I love training with this board. I think it's super helpful, and I'm hoping to increase my over-the-board rating by using this board more. I'm sorry that I can't give the live analysis in the game when I do play over the board, but hopefully you can enjoy my looking through it afterwards and seeing what were the right ideas and what the ideas were that I went for in the game. Thanks again, and I'll see you lads tomorrow.